Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You start first.
Okay. Hi everyone. So today we're finally gonna do my labor and delivery story. Michelina is 10 months already. She's probably actually like 10 and a half months, nearing 10 and a half months, and I know it's been a really long time, but we've been busy ever since she arrived. So we're gonna finally do our labor and delivery story because it's just something that I just want to remember and yeah, just like look back on. And I think it's fun to watch or fun to hear about other people's experience, and yeah, so I'm gonna finally share it with you. So I guess I'll start. So I was due on September 21st, which was a Wednesday, and I was not feeling any contractions or any signs that she was gonna come out. So on Thursday, the day after I was due, we actually on my due date, we actually went to Target of all places, and I think we were shopping for like nursing bras, and I remember coming out and there was like these two women who were working at Target. One was working and one was sitting in a chair, so I think she was taking her break. And when I came out, she was like, and it was like summer, so I was wearing like a tank top. She's like, "Oh, you look like you're about to pop." And I was like, "Oh yeah, actually today's my due date." And yeah, and then she like sat up and she's like, "Oh," and she was like so excited about it, and she started to tell me about her labor and delivery story. And she was like, yeah, it just happened so fast. You know, my water broke and it was like a bloody show. And that was like exactly how she described it. And she was like, my husband wanted to take a shower, and she was like, "No, you can't take a shower. You know, this baby's coming right now." And then she went to the hospital and it came within like a couple hours. I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, like I hope my delivery is that, you know, easy, you know, that fast." So that was that day. That was Wednesday, the day of my due date. And then Thursday, I had a doctor's appointment in anticipation that the baby wasn't going to come. And I had to get an ultrasound. Just so they could see that, you know, they asked me how you're doing, blah blah. They asked me to do an ultrasound to see how the baby's doing, and they tested the baby on 4 points. One was, I actually don't even know what it was. Do you remember? Was it heartbeat?
I don't know. Okay, I only remember it's on the
two,
movement.
right?
Yeah.
One of them was, or maybe it was like sucking her thumb, some type of movement, and then the other one was movement. And then the other one was tone. So there's like 4. So there's one maybe sucking her thumb. I can't even remember actually. So there's like 4, and then 2 of them she was okay, and then the other 2 she wasn't okay. And the 2 that she wasn't scoring, she was scoring 0 on, was movement and tone. So that means she wasn't moving and she had no tone, like muscle tone, like any strength. So she scored a 4 out of 8, which is really bad. I think I think they look for scores like 6, 7, or 8, and so this was like very alarming. So they sent me to the hospital right away. So I actually drove myself to the hospital, and my mom was with me, and yeah, and then I got an ultrasound there, like a higher tech ultrasound, and she scored like a perfect score. So they don't know. The doctor was like, I don't know what was going on in the office and blah blah. Maybe she was sleeping during that time. So I don't know. But then the doctor said, well, you're already overdue. I think there's no point in waiting. We're just gonna induce you. And I was just like, oh, okay, kind of not really realizing. And my mom's like, do you remember your reaction?
I don't know.
She was like, wait, so we're having the baby now? So we weren't like really that prepared. I totally didn't have, like, we packed a bag, but I totally didn't have that, not really expecting that we were gonna have the baby, even though she was late. It's just kind of, I don't know, like just something we just didn't expect.
We were not ready.
We were not ready, I guess. And then, so that was a Thursday, and then waited. I was supposed to Thursday afternoon, and I was supposed to get induced, but there were no. They had to transport me to another room, but there are no rooms available, like a labor and delivery room. But there were no rooms available, so they were like, okay. So I had to like sleep there the whole night, in this like special wing that was for like emergency labor and delivery, because I was like the only one available. And I remember it was like kind of a rough night. She went home, and there's like a radiator that was like really loud. I didn't sleep well at all that night. So I was up for most of the day. I was supposed to get induced, I think, the next morning, but I was still waiting for a room. I didn't actually leave that side room until after lunch. No, was it? No, right before lunch. So like around 11 a.m. And then I finally got a room finally opened up, and I wasn't able to eat after I entered that room. I remember, so I only had breakfast that day, and I hadn't slept really like the night before, and it took like a forever to actually start getting induced. And there was two options that I had. One where they would induce me once and then 12 hours later induce me again, or I could do it in a series of 3 steps within 12 hours. So every 4 hours, every 4 hours they would, inject me with more cyto something that would help, like induce the labor. And then, so it progressed really fast. So instead of having 3 shots over a span of 12 hours, by the time I had finished my second shot after 8 hours, I didn't need any more. I was like already dilating and everything. And my water broke, and I was just dilating just really fast once I started getting medication. And I think just, I don't take medication like very often, and I think I react quite well to medication, I guess, if that makes any sense. So, so after 8 hours, it sounds like a long time, but it's not a long time. I mean, if you think about your work day, it's probably more than 8 hours. So it went by pretty fast. I dilated till about 5 centimeters until I got an epidural. I was hoping not to get an epidural, but it was painful. And I was like, if this is 5 centimeters, what is 10 centimeters going to be like? So, and then they talked about, it might take a little bit longer for it to kick in, so it might take about half an hour or so. But so I decided to get the epidural, and the anesthesiologist was perfect. There was no problems with that, and it didn't take half an hour for the medication to kick in. It pretty much kicked in like right away. But I'm not that heavy of a girl. So that was that. And then, so my water broke, and she was like totally sleeping because it was like in the middle of the night. It was
4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, I had the baby at 4 o'clock, so like it was probably around like 2 or 3 in the morning. So she was like totally sleeping. My water broke. I felt it. I was like, and the nurse was there. I was like, gush, because I felt the gush come out. She's like, let me check, and she's like, yep, your water broke, and blah blah, and then
I woke up.
And then you woke up, and then
I can hardly wake up. It was so hard to get up.
She was like, she wasn't even doing anything, and she was like, it was like so hard for her to wake up. And you said that you were like, she kind of like in the back of her mind, she heard the water broke.
Yeah, I heard the water broke. I said, water broke? What happened? Let me get out.
So she finally got up, and then the nurse was like, well, the doctor's not here, because the doctor was delivering other babies around us, or around me, and she was like, okay, well, why don't we like practice pushing? So I was like, okay, and I still felt things, and I know that some people have their epidural and they don't feel anything at all. I still felt, the contractions, so he didn't like mega dose me with the epidural, so that's good. So I did feel when the contractions were coming. I knew kind of what to do. I mean, she said push. She basically told me to push like I was going to take a dump. So that was helpful to know. And I think after doing yoga for so long, I was able to like kind of know where my muscles were, which is not surprising, I guess. So I pushed, and not to sound gross or anything, she kind of like helped, massage the area, massage the vaginal area where the baby was supposed to come out. So I kind of was able to feel where I was kind of like supposed to direct my push. So that really helped a lot. So after like maybe like three to five pushes, 3 contractions of pushing, she was like, okay, stop pushing because the baby's about to come out and the doctor's in here. And then I was like, okay, so we waited like another contraction through, and then the doctor came. And then I probably did maybe like 2 or 3 pushes, 2 to 4 pushes, no, probably like 3 or 4 pushes, and then the baby was out. But in the process of pushing, you want to say anything what you saw?
Yeah, it's amazing. First we saw the head with hair, a lot of hair. And then the doctor is like, oh, the head is there already. So I don't even remember how it was, but it's so easy for her to just grab the head, and right away the head is out. And she turned the baby around, and then we saw the face. I said, there's a face. And then she said, wait, the little hand is coming. And then I saw the little hand coming. And very, very quickly she just pulled the whole kid out. It's so easy, so fast, right?
Yeah, it was really fast. And then she was like, oh, do you want to hold your new baby? And I had the worst reaction. My reaction was like, oh, I've never held a baby before. And she's like, it's okay. And then she put her on me. And I had like a gown on, so it wasn't. Oh no, it wasn't. Did I have a gown on?
You have a hospital.
Yeah, I had a gown on. So she came on top of the gown, and she was heavy. I felt she was heavy. Like I was thinking like a tiny little thing, but no, she was like a really long baby, I thought. And she was heavy. She was 7 pounds 7 ounces, and it's much different out here. I mean, I was carrying her in my stomach, but I felt like she was heavy and she was big, and it was like totally surreal, and it was just like totally amazing. I think my mom was like completely in shock. And do you want to tell about the bag?
Ready? The baby is kicking. She won't let me hold her.
Okay, sorry about that. The camera, the battery died. And then the baby came in when I was switching the camera. So yeah, so there was like a big plastic bag, and she had no idea what it was. She thought it was gonna like catch the baby or something, or it was like a baby slip and slide. And then, but it actually ended up that the doctor after she was born, you have to deliver the placenta. So she actually like pushed
the stomach. Yeah, pushed the stomach, and a lot of stuff came out. Lots of gross stuff. I was so amazed how much stuff there was.
Yeah, and then we got this little girl, right? Look at what we got now. And now she's 10 months old, and next month she's gonna be. Well, later this month she's gonna be 11, and then next month she's gonna be 1 year, and it's like completely crazy. This year has flown by so fast,
yeah.
And which is why it's taken me so long to do this video. But yeah, that was, and I was really happy about the doctors, because I went to a practice that you didn't have one single doctor. You were, everyone was your doctor. So every time you went to a doctor visit, you had a different doctor just so you can meet them all. So whoever was on call that day or was on duty that day, they would be your doctor. And the 2 doctors, the one that said that I should get induced, that was like the first round. She was an awesome doctor, and then the other doctor, I was lucky enough that the doctors have a 24-hour shift, so I got to have the other doctor for my whole delivery experience. So I was really happy about that.
And the nurse was good too.
And the nurse was really nice. The first nurse was not so great, but the second nurse, who was there for the long run, she was really good.
Yeah,
so that makes the experience good if you have a good doctor. Yeah, and then you get a little bundle of joy like this, right? Yeah. And, oh, she's learning how to howl. Yeah.
she's doing a video too.
Are we dominating with the video, babe? We shouldn't be dominating. Oh yeah! Good job. Okay, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Yay, oh yeah. Thank you for watching. We hope that you are having an awesome day. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye, say bye, baby.
Bye!
好似我 camera 耷低咗啦。Is
Okay,
it catching the right angle?
hopefully.